We are playing with fire. That was the warning from the head of the International Atomic Energy Agency, Rafael Grossi, speaking about the situation at Ukraine's Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant. In his nightly address, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky repeated calls for a demilitarized zone around the plant after an inspection by members of the atomic agency warned of the potential for a catastrophe. Well, with me now is Olli Heinonen, a former deputy director at the IAEA, who has also served as an inspector himself. He's now a distinguished fellow at the Stimson Centre. Great to have you with us once again, Olli. Now, Zelensky is calling for a demilitarised zone. We've also heard from Grossi calling for a security zone. Is there a difference?
I think it's the same, that important is that there are no military activities nearby and the power plant can operate as they are designed in a safe manner. And that would also ensure that all the other services like the external electricity is available for emergency cases. So this is the way forward to go. But if we cannot get this one in next couple of weeks, I think that one has also to think seriously of shutting down the reactor for a while, as was suggested by one of the Ukrainian authorities today.
And on that point, having looked at the report yourself, are there aspects of it for you which were particularly concerning?
I think that the one is this lacking of the electricity is one most important thing. And then there still seems to be selling, because otherwise we don't see these forest fires which are there. So that those military actions should be stopped so that the normal operations can resume. And then certainly, as Mr. Grossi said, there is a problem with the supply chain and supplies for spare parts and additional services. Those need to be restored. We see that the facility is currently able to run safely, but those parts are consumed and replenishment is needed. And then the third, and not the least, is the staff. They have been there since early March working under stress. They are tired, they make very long days, much longer than you do normally. I also see that the number of workers is less than what should normally be. And then they have to think also about their families, which are in the nearby town, how we ensure that their welfare and that they have all the supplies.
Do you think that something will be achieved, that it is possible to see this area demilitarized and quickly?
Yeah, that is a difficult thing, because I understand that the Russians are not overly well ready to give up occupied zone which they have achieved. And Ukraine, they cannot do very much other than ask at this point of time. I think the onus is now in the UN Security Council in New York, here in New York. They debated yesterday, and today is a closed session of the UN Security Council this afternoon, where the topic is Ukraine. I hope that the diplomats can work some kind of solution, which is not a temporary, but a little bit longer term solution, so that we can come back to a normal operation of the reactor.